The fighting has resumed with a vengeance, and by the sounds of it, pretty close to you as well.
Yeah, in the last few seconds, rockets from Gaza that were intercepted right above us here. We're in Sderot, which is a town just on the edge of the Gaza border. It's on the sort of the northeastern tip of Gaza. So clearly Hamas, actually there's more rockets coming out now. I don't know whether Olivia can pick that out on her camera. So we should probably just take cover. You can hear the roar of the interception missiles going out the Iron Dome. Neil, we're going to leave the camera running and I can keep talking to you here. But this is probably one of the biggest barrages of rockets we've had for a couple of hours now. And it's Hamas, of course, showing that they are still able to fight. They are not defeated. And it comes after... There you go, can you hear that? It comes after a long day of Israeli airstrikes on Gaza that we've been witnessing. They've been going at, particularly northern Gaza, very, very hard, putting in a lot of artillery, a lot of airstrikes, ever since that truce broke at around 7 o'clock this morning. So the fighting, yeah, very much after 7 days' worth of truce, the fighting has resumed very fiercely. The war is back on. Israel has made clear that it still has objectives to achieve, and one of those is eliminating Hamas. And so now that the truce is over, the war has resumed every bit as fierce as it was before the truce kicked in.
Alistair, talk to me if you can just a little, and please, obviously, if you need to get away from where you are, do so immediately. But talk to us a little bit about the end of the ceasefire itself. And there is a bit of a he said, she said as to who is ultimately responsible for it. I mean, what is your kind of ultimate assessment of where the failure was when it came to this ceasefire?
Well, I mean, the Israelis are pretty unequivocal about it. They say that they were not presented with a release of hostage names or names of hostages to be released today by Hamas. And so, therefore, there was no deal to be done. And they say that Hamas started firing rockets out of Gaza before the 7 a.m. deadline, which I think is true. I mean, about 20 minutes before the deadline expired, there were a couple of rockets that came out into southern Israel. Hamas, I should say, are claiming that they presented the Israelis through mediators with a number of different offers, but the Israelis said no to all of them. So yeah, there is, as you say, this he said, she said situation. As Stuart said in his report, for a lot of civilians on the ground in Gaza, I don't think they really care who broke the ceasefire. The fact is now they are living under more conflict after what was 7 days of brief respite, and there is real concern over the civilian population in Gaza and the humanitarian crisis that will only worsen as a result of the resumption in fighting. I think it's possible that we could see more truce deals struck because there are around, I think it's 163 hostages still in Gaza, so the Israelis will be very keen to get them out. But I think, you know, as I speak tonight, and I think it's probably evident by what you've just seen, there's no imminent possibility that the fighting will pause again. And I can't see that happening in the next 24, 48 hours. We'll just have to see. And the mediation will continue behind the scenes. But at the moment, it seems as though the fighting has resumed for now, and that is the way it's going to be.